Mount St. Helens, when that blew, we had a lot of dead Bigfoots on a certain side of the mountain that were covered up and recovered quickly by the U.S. government. We have black sites all over the place that are keeping this secret. They've had DNA for years. People don't understand this. What they do is every time they get it, it comes up unknown primate. Every single time. So, and yes, they bury their own. I have followed a doctor who's a psychologist who has made contact, and this is what I know to be true. I have followed it from the ground up. There are two different types of Bigfoot that roam around. You have the Jeanu, which starts with an X, X-A-N-U-E, and you have Traykon, T-R-E-Y-K-O-N. Here is the massive difference between the two. The Traykon were brought here by the Greys a long time ago to mine for minerals. When they were done with them, they left them here to breed, to fight, to eat us, basically. They will cannibalize us. A lot of the 411 missing that you see what going on that somebody else was just talking about, they will cannibalize lone hikers and they will bury them. They will never be found. From what I know, again, to be fact, the Traykon are very ugly. They are flesh and blood creatures, and they will take out anybody. And now it seems that sometimes some of them make friends. I don't know what the deal is between that. Now, the people that run into the Jeanu, these are the ones that cloak. Okay, these are the ones that mind speak. They have a symbiotic relationship with trees. You have a council. I know this goes deep into the rabbit hole, guys. Stay with me. There is a council of 12. There are 2 on every continent except Antarctica because there are no trees. They can come to you as a Bigfoot, or they can be invisible and you might see that go through the forest. But they will talk to you if you're a good person and they feel like you have something to offer or a value. They'll communicate with you or make themselves seen. Now, we go back to the Patterson-Gimlin film. Patty, who I forget what her real name is at the moment. Patty was told, again, bear with me, Zorth is the leader of the Council of 12. This is what I've learned. And mind you, this is from a psychologist who's been on America, Coast to Coast and all that for the past 10 years or so. So Zorth told Patty to walk across the bluff in California back in 1963 or whatever it was, to make themselves known to us at that point. At that point, we were starting to get technologically advanced, and they were trying to get in more contact with us from what I understand. Now, it gets complicated over the years, because people have good run-ins and bad run-ins, and I can't explain everything because I just don't have all the answers. But I do know if you have a negative encounter, it is a Traykon Bigfoot. Like I said, if you ever see people that say, well, I saw an alien craft and Bigfoot got off of it, which was totally believable in my world anyway. Those are Traykon Bigfoots. They still use them to do biddings for them, and they bring them things from their home world as like a bribe. So whatever that is at this point, I don't know what kind of deal they have. Like I said, they were left here millennials ago. They will also take human women and pump up their numbers with hybrids. So not only with all the other weird stuff that we got running around in the forest, like dogmen and wendigos and whatnot, you have hybrid Traykon human beings that look God knows what. So it all kind of, it goes left and right across the board. I'm sorry I'm skipping around if I am so much, but the Jeanu are here to basically get us back in touch with God, and that may ring weird for a lot of people, but they connect with the Father apparently. That is their main purpose, is to get us back in touch with being in our own humanity. And they don't eat big mammals. They love peanut butter because they cannot get it in the wild. They're peanut butter junkies. They love apples and stuff. Anything they can get in the wild, they know. They have a hive mind mentality. What one Jeanu Bigfoot knows, all Jeanu Bigfoot know. So if you run into one, then that one can tell all the other ones about you. Which I know sounds wild, but I've seen it, and I've seen it to be true. And the Traykons don't have any kind of distinction like that. Flesh and blood, very ugly in feature. I've heard a lot of the stories with the military taking them down. They've had really hard times. Like a lot of those guys, some of those can take a lot of bullets before they'll go down. From what I understand, the Jeanu can't be killed that way. They do live a few hundred years. The Traykon, I'm not sure exactly. I don't remember exactly how long they live. They definitely outlive us, but they will bury their own as well. So they're very smart. Obviously, they're all master camouflagers. So they do take care of their own. I'm originally from Arizona. I'm in Oklahoma now. And in Oklahoma, there is a story of a young captain that was half Cherokee or one of the tribes. And they had an encounter with the Traykon type Bigfoots. Now, they were taking all the Indian kids and eating them, and they were snatching them from the village. So the soldiers got involved with 6 of the top warriors from the tribe that were huge. They were all like 6'8", 6'10", and they went hunting after these things. Well, the colonel, the young captain, who was half Choctaw, I think it was half Choctaw, was killed in the battle very quickly. And the rest of his unit ended up wiping out the entire Bigfoot population in that area. But what they ran across in the beginning was a pile of dead children that were half eaten, which of course enraged them to want to fight even more. So there's a lot of bad history with the ones that people run into that have negative encounters, that have snatched their dogs out of their yards and killed them or eaten them. You can always blame that on the one type. Always, no matter what. The peaceful encounters, the ones that look at you and walk away, the ones that you see and then cloak that are gone, those are the Jeanu Bigfoot. And there's a monumental difference. And I'm glad I got an opportunity to at least tell everybody this, because it's kind of been a mystery of what are they, where do they come from, and I finally got that. It all fits together. Kind of answers when you find somebody that's at the source of it and has made contact.